Hello everybody, welcome back to CM42 TV and welcome back, unbelievably, to a movie update video, DVD and Blu-ray today, talking about the titles that I've added to my collection today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new films added to the collection. It's been a relatively quiet period in terms of collecting, but obviously I've got 9 things. In terms of like making videos and stuff like that for this particular reason, I've wanted to save them up, for this particular moment. And now we're here, can you believe it? So I have 9 pickups today to show you, and I'm happy to add all of them to the collection. And if you know me and you know my collecting habits and things like that, you know what I'm, trying to do. I'm not the type of guy that just buys everything, goes to the charity shop or Poundland or something, just buys everything. I'm trying to create the perfect collection. I'm trying to create a collection just of all my favourite movies ever, ones that I am proud to display and say that I own, and things like that, So there's plenty of movies in here that I've not seen yet that I'm trying to work through, and then you can decide whether you keep them or whether you donate them or whatever. So most of these in this update today are ones that I'm happy to add, and there's a couple that I'm yet to see, so it's still that process. There's ones that I'm interested in seeing that I think I'll probably like. I think I'll probably continue to keep to the collection, so that'll happen over time. But let's get to the new ones. Today we'll start with the only DVD of the bunch. This one was from Amazon, and don't ask me why I got this one, but if you also are subscribed to my backup channel, appropriately named the CM42 TV backup channel. Link is in the description box. Just in case anything bad happens to this channel, if you enjoy this channel and you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to that one as well. I've been posting some exclusive videos on there, videos that I'm not going to post on this main channel, and I posted a couple of unboxings of these titles. So if you watch those ones, you might know a couple of these ones. And this is one that I posted, and it is The Last Temptation of Christ. Apologies for the lighting today. It's a bit of a dry, grey day. The Last Temptation of Christ on DVD. This story has fascinated me a lot. And, obviously I talked about this at length in that unboxing, so if you did watch that, thank you very much. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I've always been fascinated by this story, and I've always thought, there's got to be a great film talking about this, And apparently it's a Martin Scorsese film. It won lots of awards at the time. It's Willem Dafoe and Harvey Keitel and Barbara Hershey. Big names. I'd never seen it. It's on no streaming services, So I was like, I'm going to buy it on DVD. And I know there is a Criterion release of this. So if I watch this and I really like it, I'll get it on Criterion, I'll add it to the collection. But I've got a feeling I will. I do enjoy the story. I think it's very fascinating. I'm not a religious person in any way, but I've always been intrigued by, religion and the story and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to check out that film and finally see it after all these years. I also mentioned this in the unboxing, but I watched like a version of this when I was in like primary school, maybe like early high school. And it seemed like a very low budget story of this, whether it's like a short film, a TV series of some sort. But I've never seen like a great film of it, so I'm happy to have that one anyway. The next one, I got this from Fop in Glasgow, the DVD shop as I always call it, but there's mostly Blu-rays in there. And this is one that has been on my radar for so long. It's a relatively recent film that many people have talked about and being that it's such a great film, and I'm very interested to check it out. And it is Portrait of a Lady on Fire. And this won many awards. It got lots of critical acclaim, and I knew from those comments that I would love this film, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. It is a French film. I haven't seen many French films, so I'm very excited to check this one out. It is from Celine Sciamma. Probably absolutely butchering that name. However, I did see her most recent film, which was Petite Maman. I saw that in the cinema and I really enjoyed that one. So, looking forward to checking this out. The story sounds like something that I'm going to really enjoy. So I'm looking forward to checking out the very highly praised Portrait of a Lady on Fire. So, very interested to check that one out. Got that from Fop for £6. Now, the next bunch of films here are all from Depop. So if you don't know what Depop is a second-hand app which usually just sells clothes, second-hand clothes and things like that. A lot of small businesses use Depop to get stock, do up the clothes, whatever, and sell them off. Apparently, they also have movies. They have everything on there. They have, t-shirts and hats and shoes and things like that. But there's also movies, and I did not know that. There's probably toys and stuff on there, and collectibles and stuff. So definitely, if you're in the market for some stuff, look on Depop. I'm kind of going off eBay a little bit, because they take so much commission off the stuff when you sell something. You know, you never know what you're going to get off eBay. Whereas Depop seems a little bit more reliable, and it's going straight to a source. It's going straight to a person who's selling that. It's not going through a big machine like eBay, you know. So Depop is where I shop for these things. I found a great deal. It's a Disney bundle of Blu-rays. 6 films for 10 quid. That sounds good to me. So the next 6 films I'm going to talk about are all Disney related. The first 2 is Toy Story 1 and 2. Now these are all second hand. These are all from Depop, used, but all in great condition. I've checked. And yeah, Toy Story 1 and 2. This double feature, 2 movie collection, both on Blu-ray, part of the Disney bundle. Toy Story could be my favourite Disney Pixar film of all time. I haven't seen Toy Story 2 in maybe 10 years, maybe more, 15 years. So it's going to be a lot of fun checking them out. I know they're all on Disney Plus, but the point of the collection is that you're building to this. You're building this, you know, great collection of classic films. And to me, if you're building a collection like that, Toy Story 1 and 2 definitely belong in that set. Do you know what else belongs in that great collection? Toy Story 3. Also part of the bundle. Very happy about that. The first movie that I remember ever making me cry was Toy Story 3. Comes in a nice slipcover, good condition. It's 2 disc. Bonus disc has Toy Story trivia, a documentary, a stop motion documentary, a director's roundtable, 3 studio stories, an alternative commentary track, plus much more. Very interesting. So, and also there's actually stuff on disc 3. It's 3 disc. The stuff on disc 3, a theatrical short, some documentaries. Yeah, very exciting to check. I've not seen Toy Story 3 since it came out, I don't think, so I'm buzzing to check that out again. So all 3 Toy Story films. Also the 4th one I really like, so maybe I'll add that to the collection at some point as well. But another aspect of that Disney bundle was Up. Another classic Disney Pixar film. I really, really enjoyed Up as well. I think it may have made me cry as well. I'm not a crier, so that's really interesting. But I remember being emotional about it. It's a very sweet film, and I've only seen it the one time. I watched it maybe 10 years ago or so, so I'm buzzing to check it out again. Again, they're all on Disney Plus, but they're great films. Happy to add them to the collection. Another good slip. Great condition. Part of this Disney bundle on Depop. Very happy about that one. And these are the 2 that I wanted the most, especially this one, and it is Monsters, Inc. And this has been on my tongue a lot recently because I've been talking on the podcast, the Good Bit podcast, which you can find on every Friday, apart from today, which is, I'm filming this on the 10th of March, and we have no new episode this week. It's been a busy week. But yeah, most Fridays, usually every Friday, a new episode of the Good Bit podcast, my movie podcast, where I'm joined by my friends. And the new format of the Good Bit for season 3 is that whoever's coming on the show picks their film. They pick the film, whether it's like their favourite film of all time, one they have lots of great memories of, a soft spot for, a guilty pleasure, something like that. And we watch the film and we talk about what the film means to them and to me now watching it and stuff like that. So check it out if you can, audio-wise on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. But also now in video form, every week I'll post the video version on CM42 TV. So if you want to watch us talk about the films and watch the podcast instead of just listening, you can check it out on this very channel. And what we do on the podcast is we talk about people's first experience at the cinema. And I always love hearing those stories, early cinema memories, really fascinates me. And Monsters, Inc. was the first film I ever saw at the cinema, so I always bring up this film when I talk about other people's first experiences as well. So there is a video on CM42 TV called My First Cinema Experience, which is just, you know, me telling my story about seeing Monsters, Inc. back in 2001. And then there'll be a continuous series with all my guests on the channel called My First Cinema Experience with whoever's coming on. So there's been YouTubers such as Daisuke Beppu, Luke Ryan from Razor Wire Reviews, other people like that who are going to come on the show who are going to also talk about their first cinema experience. So I'll clip those videos and release them as individual uploads on CM42 TV. But of course, if you want to see the full conversation, you can check it out on the Good Bit podcast as well. But yes, so Monsters Inc. Very, very happy to have it finally in the collection. It's one of my favourite... is it my favourite? I'm not sure. It's one of my favourite Pixar films of all time. So many happy memories. Again, it being the first film I saw in the cinema, so I have a soft spot anyway. But yeah, I love it. One thing, I love this slipcover and stuff. It's always been, you know, a Blu-ray that I've wanted. And do you not think when you go to shops and stuff, and if you're in the market for buying Blu-rays and you want, you know, Disney stuff, the Disney Pixar ones are always really expensive, and I don't know why that is. Maybe they're cheaper these days because Disney Plus is a thing, but they were always really expensive. Not like ridiculous, but, you know, if you could go and get a movie at like, I don't know, say £8, for some reason, you know, the Disney Pixar ones were always closer to 20, and it's sometimes hard to justify, you know. So that was Monsters Inc. And the last one that came in that bundle was Monsters University, which I've only seen once. It was on in the background. I was very distracted at the time, so I've never properly sat down and watched it. And recently, I've sat down and watched, you know, Monsters Inc. again. So maybe it's a good time to pull the trigger on this. And also, there's a new series, I believe, on Disney Plus, Monsters at Work. So maybe if I'm in a kind of animation mood, maybe I'll check them out as well. But buzzing to have Monsters University. This is the 3D Blu-ray release. I don't have a 3D player, but it also comes with the normal Blu-ray release as well, the 2D version. So very happy to have all those. So that was the Disney bundle from Depop. £10, a tenner for all 6 of these films. I think that's a great deal, and I kind of was wanting, you know, like Toy Story, Monsters Inc., but when I saw Up was involved, Toy Story 3, Monsters University, and I was like, all for the same price? Are you kidding? I'll definitely go for that. So that's Depop. So if you're in the market for some new clothes on Depop, and you want some movies, give them a wee search on Depop. You'll find some good deals. And also, this was also on Depop from a separate seller. This was also £8, I think. £8 or maybe a tenner, I'm not sure. It's one of the biggest films of all time, and it took me until 2022 to watch it for the first time. Unbelievably, it's Titanic, and I've also just posted an unboxing video of this on the CM42 TV backup channel, so again, please subscribe to that one. But yes, Titanic, it took me so long to watch it. I always put it off, maybe because it's a 3-hour film, maybe because I thought it was going to be sad, maybe because it's like always talked about and it's a love story and things like that. But it's an amazing movie. You know what I mean? I recently saw it in Sky Movies, and it's one of those occasions where I was watching, you know, the film, loved it so much, and I was like, yep, we want that for the collection. It's happened a couple of times. Happened with what's that film? Enter the Dragon. Happened with Enter the Dragon. Happened with what other ones? Crazy Stupid Love. Happened with that one. Hell or High Water happened there too. The Florida Project, films that I saw and I was like, man, I loved that. I really want to own that in you know, my collection of movies that I approve and I love and I'm happy to display and stuff in my classic collection, the CM42 TV classic collection. And Titanic is another one of those. You know, finally watched it after all these years. I know it's 3 hours and stuff and it's quite sad, but so well made. A very, very fascinating story that's always fascinated me, and obviously it's a sad story, but I've always been curious how they did it in the film. You know, how did they depict that horrible tragedy? And they do such a great job. Leo, Kate Winslet, James Cameron, great combination. Obviously everybody knows Titanic. It was only me in the world that had never seen Titanic up until 2022, so buzzing to have finally seen it and buzzing to have it in the collection. Lots and lots of extras on here, a 2-disc set, 2 documentaries, 29 deleted scenes, an alternate ending, don't ask me how, and yeah, more than 60 behind the scenes featurettes, so a bunch of stuff packed on this Blu-ray, buzzing to finally have it in the collection. And that rounds off this Blu-ray DVD movie update. It's going to be a while until we do another one, I think, but it's always good. This is how I started on YouTube, you know, other than playing with my wrestling action figures. I also talked about, you know, movies and collecting DVDs and Blu-rays and things like that. So here are the new ones in the collection, buzzing to add them to the CM42 TV Classic Collection. And maybe we'll do an updated collection video very soon. I usually do that at the start of the calendar year, but I felt as if I did it, you know what I did? I did it very recently, very in detail on the backup channel, when it originally was going to be like a movie only channel. I did it on there like in 4 parts. So if you want to see an updated collection without these ones, you can check out that on the backup channel. So yeah, please subscribe to that backup channel. I don't think many people know I have it, so it's definitely something that I'm going to try and use more and post exclusive videos on there that you won't find on social medias or on the main CM42 TV channel or even on the podcasts. So definitely have a look and see if there's any videos that takes your interest on the backup channel, just in case, you know, just with the reactions and things like that on this channel, you never know what's going to get a copyright strike or claim, or when's going to be the last claim that you can get before your channel's destroyed. So please check out the backup channel in case something bad happens. And yes, until next time folks, here on CM42 TV, take care of yourselves. I'll see you all down the road somewhere soon.